Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Liz Loves Books. Let's take a guess at which books are going to be nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards this year. I'm not going to guess for every single category because I don't know enough about every category to take guesses. And I'm going to be doing the romance, thriller, mystery, horror, fiction, fantasy, and romantasy, and YA, which is almost all of them. I just picked 5 that I think will be in the categories. Not like, oh, which ones do I think will be in the top 20 or the top 10 or the number 1, but just ones that I know will be on the list and most likely will get into the top 10 probably. This is just a fun little video, and you guys can let me know in the comments below what you think or if you've read any of them. So let's just get into it, starting with romance. Our big heavy hitters of the year are always Emily Henry with Great Big Beautiful Life and Abby Jimenez with Say You'll Remember Me. Now, usually Emily Henry wins every year, although her release this year wasn't as popular with people. Although it still has more total ratings than Abby's book. Great Big Beautiful Life currently has 563,809 ratings. And then Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez has 406,818. So there is still a good 160,000 something more ratings. But Abby's book has a higher Goodreads number rating than Emily's does. So we will see if maybe she can actually overtake her this year, because it usually ends up being Emily's number 1 and then Abby's number 2 or 3 depending. So I have a feeling one of them will get number 1. But I also think that 3 other ones that will get nominated is Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. It's book 5 in the Windy City series, so that could have an issue as to why maybe not as many people would pick it, because it's book 5 in a series. But it does have 195,218 ratings. And then also First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, book 1 in the Heartstring series that came out, I think, in February of this year and has been super popular. It has 190,314 ratings. And there is also hype around the second book that's coming out because ARCs have been out. So it's gotten more people to read the first book. So that one definitely, I think, could be in the top 10. Silver, she has not won Goodreads Choice Awards in romance, but she's been nominated frequently. But she had 2 releases come out this year, so I'm not sure which one would get picked. But I did mark down Wild Side, which is book 3 in the Rose Hill Ranch series. It only has 23,075 ratings, which is odd because I feel like that's so low because I hear people talk about her books all the time. So I'm not sure, but we have Wild Side and Wild Card, book 3 and 4 in the series, so I feel like one of them will get nominated. I hope it's this one because this one was a 5 stars and this one was only a 4 star. But we will see. And I think out of those 5, I would have to vote for Elsie Silver with one of these because I haven't read any of the others. And then for the thriller and mystery category, I've read a lot more of that this year than I usually do. But of course I haven't read anything but one of the ones that I think will get nominated. Typically, Frida McFadden is always nominated, but since she usually has 2 to 3 releases every year, this last year her votes got split, so she didn't win, but she came in 2nd and 4th, I think. So I think that The Crash and The Tenant out of her releases will be the ones that make it. I think The Intruder is too new to gain enough votes. But The Crash has 491,751 ratings, and The Tenant has 452,195. I read The Crash. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was fine. Wasn't my favorite of her thrillers. I listened to them on audio. Definitely not one of my favorites, but I didn't hate it. So then I think another book that could go on is The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman. It's book 5 in the... I can't remember the name of the series, but he's a popular British author, and it's a very popular series. The Thursday Murder Club series, that's what it's called. And I know that he got nominated last year for the 4th book, so I know he'll be in the list. I don't think he will win it, but we'll see. And then I also picked Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister because it has 101,849 ratings, nobody in the mystery thriller category typically comes very close to like Frida's numbers, except for last year when The God of the Woods by Liz Moore won. She doesn't have a book coming out this year, so. And then I also just threw in the ring, they'll probably get into the top 20 for sure. I don't know about the top 10, but The Missing Half by Ashley Flowers. It has 84,851 ratings. This author is, I think this is her second book, and she's a really popular podcast, like thriller crime podcaster. And I've actually listened to her before a couple years ago, and she's got some diehard fans. So people might vote for her just because they know her name. And then moving on to horror, Stephen King wins horror every year. There's like no chance that anybody else ever wins unless he doesn't release something, which doesn't seem to ever happen. So he'll probably win with Never Flinch, but it is book 4 in a series. It's the Holly Gibney series. And it's interesting though, because it only has 49,675 actual like ratings and reviews, but he always gets like over 1 million votes. So I think half the time people aren't even reading the books and they're like, I know his name, let's vote for him. And he's gonna win. Although maybe he won't. That'd be cool. But the other ones that I think will be in the competition is Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. This has 26,101 ratings, so it's not that many. But at least in the booktube space, he's a popular author. He's an Indigenous author as well, which is good because I feel like especially mystery thriller and romance specifically are very white-centric with the Goodreads Choice Awards. So then we also have Bat Eater, or Other Names for Cora Zhang by Kylie Lee Baker, which has 26,007 ratings. This again is another good choice because the author is of Asian descent. So again, trying to actually add some variety into Goodreads Choice Awards. Then we also have The Unworthy by Augustina Bazterrica with 37,564. This author is most well known for Tender is the Flesh, the cannibalism book, which I have not read. Then the one person who I think maybe could beat Stephen King, I don't know, he hasn't beat him yet, but that's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. It has 96,443 ratings. Like, that's quite a few. So he could win. And usually Riley Sager is also in the running, but he does not qualify this year because his book has lower than a 3.5 average rating. So he won't be allowed to be eligible like previous years. So that might throw a spanner in the works. I don't know. It's not that serious. It's all fun and games. Then for fiction, I think the winner is going to be Taylor Jenkins Reid with Atmosphere. I have not read it. I need to. I'm hoping to do some like Goodreads vlogs. Fingers crossed. I always want to do vlogs and then I do half of them and then I scrap them because I forget to do them. But I think this is going to win because it has 447,339 ratings. And most of the other books that at least that I've like looked at and seen that I know are popular don't have those numbers. But we do have My Friends by Frederick Bachman, which is a standalone of his with 219,703 ratings. And another one that's really popular that's called Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. I believe this was maybe a Reese Witherspoon pick or a Read with Jenna pick or Oprah Winfrey pick, whichever one of those. But it has 327,937 ratings. But then we also have Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey, which came out in January of this year, I think. But it does only have 195,719 ratings, so I feel like it'll be high up, but I don't think that it can be Taylor Jenkins Reid. And then another one that I think will be in the running, but won't win, even though I really enjoyed it, was The Favorites by Elaine Fargo. This only has 166,560 ratings, but it is just so good, and a lot of people kind of compared it somewhat to Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing, which I think it is similar, so I think she'll be in the running. Then moving on to fantasy. I think the one that maybe could win is Barrier Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. It has 108,574 ratings, so that is a contender. As well as Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, although it does only have 60,883 ratings. And I was really sad because I soft DNF'd this and then I decided to actually DNF it. So that was really upsetting. And another one that I think will be in the running, but probably not, maybe not even in the top 10, I'm not sure, has A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. It's book 2 in the Shadow of the Leviathan series. It does only have 27,977 ratings though. And then another one that I think is a good contender is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. It has 40,215 ratings, but a lot of people have been talking about it and it's been a pretty buzzy book. And then another one, it doesn't have as many ratings as Barry Bones and the Midnight Soil, but it's only been out since end of September and it has 57,232 ratings already, and that is Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. Yes, the over 1,000 page chunker of a book. And I'm intrigued to read it, but I don't want to buy it. Well, because one, my arthritic hands cannot hold that hardcover. They can't even hold that paperback. But let's move on to the YA category. This one I don't think is going to have any competition. That is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This one is on my TBR. Well, it's on my to read. I don't have the paperback of it yet because the rest of my books are all paperback. Anyway, this book has 908,452 ratings. It's almost at 1 million already. And this was released in like March of this year. And has like a 4.5 average rating or something like that. So that one's just going to win the YA category, hands down. Finally, we're going to go to Romantasy. The one that's going to win. Even though I heard really bad reviews about it and then really great reviews. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, book 3 in the Empyrean series. This one has more ratings than Sunrise on the Reaping. This came out in January. It has 1,503,052 ratings. That's insane. This one's gonna win, no matter what. That is it for my Goodreads guesses. This was just a fun little video that I wanted to do. And then when it comes out and we do all the voting, I can see who's gonna win and then hopefully do a Goodreads reading vlog. I'm thinking of doing like reading like the winner of certain categories and then like the 20th place. Just to see like, oh, which one would I like more? Although if it's further in series that I'm not on, I won't be able to. Like, I haven't read Iron Flame yet, so we will see what I do. Who knows? I never know. I take it day by day. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in another video soon. Bye, guys.